I'm starting. You ready to clap?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Okay, try it again.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Margo.
And I'm Sierra.
And this is Fire
And Blood.
and Booze. Okay, hey, what are we drinking today?
We are drinking the Inner Child Sake from the Witchcraft Cocktails book.
And I was drinking this.
I'm still drinking this.
Yeah, she was setting everything up and I was just sitting here stress drinking. Okay, so we're starting this podcast. We're just two friends who about 2 years ago decided to rewatch Game of Thrones.
Oh my god.
I know. 2 years ago. We're still only on season 6, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been coming over to her house like once a week for the past 2 years. And about 6 months into it, we were very drunk and we decided to start a podcast. And
it only took us a year and a half.
A year and a half to start it. Yes, so what is this podcast? Fire and Blood and Booze is going to be just what we do, pretty much what we've been doing, just talking about Game of Thrones. We have some fun episodes planned. Top 5s, character studies, controversial opinions. Favorite characters. Absolutely. So today we have compiled some lists. I don't know what her list is and she doesn't know what mine is, but our top 5 favorite episodes.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. So
mine's going to be controversial.
I don't think mine's going to be that controversial.
My number 2 is...
Your number 2. I'm so excited.
I haven't... Wait, let me finish numbering these.
Okay,
Okay, I'm good.
let me go to my notes app. All my stuff's on my phone. Okay, you want to work from 5 and go up?
Yeah.
Okay. You start.
I'll start with the Spoils of War.
That's on my list.
That's my number 5.
Yes, okay.
My note for this episode is reunited and it feels so good.
That's pretty much what all my notes are based on. Do you want to give us a little summary of it?
No, because I don't remember everything. I literally skimmed this episode to be like, okay, yeah, this is what I had a general idea about.
It's a good one. I have a couple little things.
Wait.
What?
The reuniting between Jon and Theon. I forgot that happened this episode.
Oh, I completely missed that on my little skim.
Yeah, that happened this episode, and I was like, oh my god.
How did it go? I don't remember.
I just saw it happen. I was just scrolling through, and I was like, okay, I remember that scene,
That's gonna be a weird reunion, because like I said, we're only on season 6, so when we get to that episode, that's gonna be weird.
If we get there before we have to watch House of the Dragon. We're doing that too!
Yes! Oh yeah, that's another thing. We're gonna do some rewatch episodes of the House of the Dragon series.
Leading up to season 2.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, a couple of things is it starts out with Bran and Littlefinger, and
you do. You're number 5.
Oh, I was gonna talk about this a little bit more.
I mean, go ahead. You know more about it than I do.
Oh, do you want me to wait because it's higher up on my list? Do you want me to wait on my thoughts?
We'll wait.
Okay.
You go ahead and do number 5.
So my number 5 is The Lion and the Rose. And that's pretty self-explanatory. Joffrey dies and Sansa escapes the hell she was living.
That's a fair point.
Yes. Like the whole episode, they just really drive into you that Joffrey is a horrible person with like the little people parade and just being an overall asshole like he is all the time. And then all that is released at the end and it was glorious.
Good. I remember having to rewatch that scene with you 7 times because I kept slowing it down where Olenna grabbed Sansa's necklace. And you were like, I didn't see it. Rewind it. Rewind it. And she did it again. I didn't see it. Rewind it. That's probably also because we were talking.
Also probably because I was...
First of all, stop. Second of all, let's switch sides because this is my good side.
Yeah, and I'm insecure. So The Lion and the Rose also has some real good snippets of Bronn and Jaime's relationship. It's like the start when they Bronn starts teaching him how to sword play.
Yeah.
Sword play. I just like their relationship. It's not as good as Tyrion and Bronn, but
it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Jamie needed Bronn in his life.
He did.
He needed to be humbled.
Literally.
Other than getting his hand cut off. But.
Yes. Okay, so what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Battle of the Bastards.
Disgrace.
I'm so sorry.
4?
Okay. Number 4.
Okay.
My notes are big, well-shot battle and zigzag recon zigzag.
That's evil.
Those are my notes.
That's evil.
I have nothing to say about that other than what a masterpiece and those poor actors having to do that repeatedly.
Oh my god. The one of my notes that I'll talk a little bit more about it later, but the grittiness of this episode is unreal, and I love a gritty episode.
Can we just commend Miguel Sapochnik for having an episode that you can see? You can see it.
I was gonna talk about that because if you're in a dark room and your TV is decent, you can see. Okay, she's unconvinced.
I am unconvinced because we had the lights off in the living room watching House of the Dragon. And
I mean, yeah, you're right. Some of those things in House of the Dragon were bad.
They were bad. You can't see anything.
Oh, yeah.
Probably for the better. Anyhow, what's your number 4?
Oh, 4 is Baylor season 1, episode 9. Yep. My thoughts on this are it set the tone for the entire series. Like, I just remember watching it with my dad, and him just kept on talking about how they killed a main character. Also, the boldness that they killed him off, not even in the season finale.
That really threw me for a loop, that their big episodes were episode 9.
Yes.
And you didn't have to wait a year to 2 years for the backlash of what happened in the big finale.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, exactly.
Like, thank you.
Thank God.
Except, F you, House of the Dragon, with that season 1 finale.
Yeah, what the hell? We'll talk about it. So yeah, it just explained like how,
I really gotta catch up.
Oh, yes, please do. Yeah, they killed it off episode 9 out of the 10 episode season, and you just weren't expecting it, and like the rest of the series, you weren't expecting anything. Both daughters watched as poor Ned Stark died, and that moment really carried throughout the whole show, because every decision. Sansa's breakdown
on the stage. Ugh,
those poor girls. And then,
at least
like,
Arya didn't have to watch it. I
watched that whole scene today, and like as he was being brought up to the stage, he saw Arya, the stage, the platform,
pavilion.
He saw Arya, and one of his last moments were just like still caring about his daughters, and I just love Ned so much.
It's the way like he saw her there, and then he realized what was about to happen, and he looked back, and she was gone.
Yeah,
and he just kind of was okay with it at that point.
Yes. Some other things that happened in that episode, he finally got Jon Snow finally got his sword from Mormont. Oh. What's that sword called? Longclaw? We're moving on. I just realized they're such babies in this episode.
Oh my
Jon Snow is an absolute child in this episode. Fetuses. Literally. And this
Arya.
This is also... Right. Sansa even, like, they're so tiny and small and young. It's crazy how they grew with this show. Some other things that happen in this episode. Robb goes down to start fighting the War of the Five Kings, and Jon finds out a bit about it, and he tries to leave. I just really like that moment because even though he goes back, he has that conflict in his head of they even have a line that said, do you choose honor or the ones that you love? And I know. And then he says, what is right? I choose what is right. So I think that just really encompasses Jon throughout the whole series. He does what is right.
I think that's my favorite thing about Jon, is one of the least likable characters for me, because he's so boring. I'm so sorry. His story is so boring for the most part. But it's really such a nature versus nurture, because he goes to the Night's Watch, which is all about their vows and their commitments, but he was raised by Ned, who does what's right no matter what.
Yeah.
And it's like, do I go against what I learned coming up from my father, or do I listen to what I'm being trained to do here?
Yes.
Ugh.
I have a little bit about that later as well, but I also just see, like, his immediate reaction was, I have to go be with him. And I think especially what happens in the later seasons, it really just foreshadows what his true loyalties are.
Yeah.
Especially after he gets betrayed. That might have had something to do with it, but whatever.
I mean, maybe a little bit.
Also, Shay was introduced in this episode.
Wow.
Yeah. Fuck Shay, but loved her time while she was a good character.
I definitely thought she didn't come till season 2.
Yes.
Huh.
And then Drogo falls off his horse in this episode, and that whole storyline is just heartbreaking, but like truly
we're not gonna talk about it.
Cements Dany's personality in it, and I just love that. I love Dany. I love Drogo. That cursed witch.
That cursed witch.
Okay, so what's your number 3? My bad.
You might not remember this episode based on the name, but my number 3 is Beyond the Wall.
Okay, what happens?
Season 7, episode 8, I think. It's when Jon and all the Brotherhood and all of the wildlings are all beyond the wall, and then Dany comes and saves the day. But then she loses a dragon.
Oh, that's the episode.
Episode.
Oh no.
Because that whole episode, I was like, my notes are, my heart going pitta-patta, pitta-tata. Because that whole episode was like, this for me, like, eyes glued to the edge of my seat.
Yes.
I was
Mouth
so stressed.
agape.
Yeah, I was so stressed. And then they pull the Syrian, I think it is, out of the ice, and I was like, oh my god.
Literally. And first of all, I like how all your notes are just memes.
Yes. Yes. I can't wait to tell you number 2.
But also, when I was watching that episode, I remember it. You find or you realize what's about to happen right before it happens. So I just remember that feeling of, oh shit. And then it actually happened, and then going, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane.
That was a really, for an episode 8.
Right. What is up with them?
I don't know.
They're iconic. Iconic.
So stressful.
Okay, so my number 3 is Spoils of War. Season 7, do you know what episode? Whatever.
6, I believe. No,
Yeah.
maybe 5.
Well, whatever.
The Queen's Vengeance, or the Queen's Revenge, whatever it was also on my list, but I tanked it, which is the episode after. The Queen's Justice.
There it is. So yeah, a lot of reunions. The first one we get is Arya and Sansa. First of all,
beautiful.
it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. What do I have about it? It's Arya being a badass because they wouldn't let her back in, and her just being her new personality. Also, it's one of the first episodes she's back in Westeros.
Yeah.
Which, thank God, because I hated her storyline before that.
One of them, because she also kills Walter
I
Frey
forgot about
before
she
goes
did
back up there.
go to Walter Frey.
Which
one of the first episodes she's back. Also,
deserved.
Sansa has a really bad wig. That's also in my notes.
No, not the wig.
So yeah, when they first meet, it's a little awkward, but they started reminiscing on their father, which I thought was really sweet. Also, they talked a long time about the people they want or wanted to kill. Sister bonding.
Trauma bonding.
Trauma bonding. Also, Eddie from Stranger Things is in that episode. He plays one of the guards.
Fun facts.
Fun facts.
I did not know.
But
yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again.
Oh, we'll get there.
Also, just the Stark siblings reuniting with people all across the board, because they also, the girls meet back up with Bran because he's in the Godswood being
weird. It was, I put not as satisfying.
Not as satisfying. And then Jon and Theon at the end of the episode.
Totally missed that.
Because they were on Dragonstone with Daenerys. He meets Daenerys the episode before.
Oh, yeah, I saw them together and I was like,
that was what put
this already happened?
the Queen's Justice was only on this list because Danny met John.
Did they fuck in that episode?
No.
Okay.
It's not for a while.
Okay.
I don't think it's for a while. They're like on the boat
Yeah.
to wherever. To Winterfell, maybe? Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like later season 7.
Okay. One more thing about spoils of war. Brienne and Arya fight.
Ugh! That dagger drop gets me every time.
Did she do it in that fight?
Yeah.
Missed that.
Because I went back and rewatched that scene so many times because I wanted to learn how to do it.
It's just really fun seeing all these characters that we've known and loved throughout these first 6 seasons that have never interacted before, finally interacting.
Yeah.
I love an ensemble TV show, and I love when they all meet together.
And it finally converges.
Yes. And I bet it was really fun for the writers as well.
Oh my god, yes.
For sure.
And like now how all of these people are going to interact after everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So cool. I feel like that'd be such a fun project. What last thing? The Dothraki fighting in Westeros for the first time.
Yes.
That was cool as fuck.
Yes. Again, Danny burning things and I love it.
Dany's influence is powerful. The Dothraki crossed the sea for her. Powerful.
Twice. From Essos to Dragonstone and then from Dragonstone to all the way to Casterly Rock.
Jesus.
The Westerlands?
Something like that.
Or maybe it was
I think
the Reach. Maybe it was the Tyroleans.
I thought it was
because isn't that
Casterly Rock.
Sam's dad and brother that they meet up with?
Oh.
So I think it's the Reach.
Okay.
But still. The Dothraki are ride or die and I love it.
Ride or die.
Ride and die.
Trying to find my number 2. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is the controversial one.
What is it?
I'm so sorry.
Oh God.
You may not know it by the name.
Okay.
The Bells.
I'm gonna guess. Is that when Marjorie and Loras die?
Mm-mm.
Okay, what is it?
It is season 8, second to last episode.
What happens?
My notes here are, Alexa, play Burn It to the Ground.
There's so many burning. What is it?
It's when Danny loses it.
Oh!
And burns all of King's Landing to the ground. And
Oh, that's the last season.
Yeah.
I don't know why I always think there's 9 seasons. What the hell?
I love the chaos. The other note is utter chaos. Just yes.
Jesus.
So I also think that's the episode that it ends with like Arya stumbling through the streets she can't hear. It's like really trippy to kind of follow her through the streets as they're all dying and burning and there's ash everywhere.
Jesus.
I love it.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, but the look on her face when she decides is chef's kiss.
Dany's face whenever she decides something is just amazing, badass, hot, all of the above.
All of the
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Why do you love it besides that? Is it just Dany?
It's just Danny.
Okay, I
Danny
think that's
being
valid.
Utter Targaryen chaos. Yeah. Why that's my number 2? I remember the name of it. The name of it is The Bells. That's a really forgettable name.
Yeah.
But I remember that.
Oh my god. I would say, when you said burn it to the ground, I was like, well, it could be Dany at Vice Dothrak. Could be Marjorie and Loras dying. Could be so many other things.
I would slip a Nickelback reference if anybody caught that.
She loves Nickelback, guys.
Unabashedly.
Oh yeah, there's nothing to be ashamed about. They're dope. Okay, my number 2 is Now His Watch Has Ended, season 3. I'm sorry, you don't like Jon? A lot of my episodes are Jon related.
They are.
I like Jon.
I have a dog
episode about it.
I named Jon Snow. And he's one of my least favorite main characters.
It's a dope ass name.
I mean, it's accurate. He knows nothing.
Okay, I have a lot of notes on this, so I'm just going to go through them. Bran being protective over Jaime as he's getting beaten. So you start seeing
That's
glimpses of them starting to love and care for each other before Jamie goes and ruins it all. But I said, oh, what could have been?
Oh, what could have been.
I love them together, especially when Jamie wasn't being a little bitch. I loved their relationship.
I did. Yeah. All the way up until the very
literally
end.
that episode that you just talked about.
Up until...
I
Well,
question your decision.
I think he left like the episode before that.
Okay.
And decided to go back to King's Landing.
But did we know why until that episode?
I mean, I'm sure we all assumed.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it was after the Battle of the Long Night.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, what do we do now?
Great. You're introduced to Gilly and baby Sam, which is really cute. Also, this is the episode where Pod becomes a ladies' man. I just think that is so funny, and it's out of nowhere, and it has no specific point. It's just funny.
It's just really funny.
I love it. Also, Marjorie starts to be courted by Joffrey, and I just... gross. But Marjorie, being a manipulative, bad bitch who gets what she wants, is pretty much the theme of the episode.
She knows what she wants and she goes after it.
Okay, so we're introduced to a lot of starting things here because Ramsay is introduced in this episode. And he's one of my favorite villains. But
I love him.
But I love him. And he's still acting like he's not bad yet. So when that turn happened, I just remembered being so shocked. And I said, just a whirlwind who he turns out to be and what he ends up doing. Truly a psychopath.
Truly, and I love that for him.
This also has a lot of great Olenna content. Love that bitch. So funny. This is just a funny episode. This is like one of those episodes that kind of like, perhaps like goes by, but I love it.
Sure.
Lord Commander died, whatever. I literally say, don't have much to say about that.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the whole reason why this is my number two is this is when Dany gets the Unsullied.
Oh
yeah, that's literally, this is probably my favorite scene in Game of Thrones.
It's so good.
It's so good. She pretends she doesn't know the language. It's such a smart
season.
Yes. It's such a smart move, and then she finally commands the Unsullied in the language everyone speaks, and everyone's faces
drop.
Missandei looking impressed
as he's holding Drogon, and then he realizes, what?
Oh, yes, and then killing everyone. I love it.
And then commanding them to kill everyone.
Commanding them to kill everyone. Again, her influence.
Gosh, she's so good.
I could listen to Dany saying her titles all the time in any language she wants to.
Yes, I see you getting goosebumps.
I'm cold.
I'm sorry. I thought it was just the episode because.
No, it probably was the episode.
Because I felt myself get shivers.
Yes. When she says Dracarys, the intensity, the drama. That's one of the things where that's one of the faces where she decides something and she executes it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Honestly, when she was making decisions for herself, way better choices than when she started listening to a council.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, what's that about? We should break that down.
We'll talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
We'll do a Dany deep dive.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Yes. Do you have any honorable mentions before we get to our number ones?
My honorable mention was Baelor. Because it set a precedent.
That was going to be one of my honorable mentions until I started like rewatching it, and I was like, oh, I know your number one. I just realized.
Wait, do you know or did you see it?
No, I know.
Oh.
I know. I didn't see it. Yeah, it was going to be, and then I started watching. I'm like, nah, this is going to be my top 5. So my honorable mentions are Hard Home and The Watchers on the Wall.
The oh shit in Hard Home when they all just...
Yes. Oh, wait, I thought this was going to be number 1.
No.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was going to be number 1.
No.
The oh shit, like, probably one of the most chilling scenes in the whole entire series.
Yeah. That and the pulling the dragon out of the
ice. Oh, yeah. Anything with the White Walkers.
Yeah. The Night King steals a scene.
Yes. Always.
Steals a scene.
The Watchers on the Wall. when the wildlings start fighting the Fortress of the Wall. I like that.
Is that the one Egret dies?
Mm-hmm. Ollie kills her.
Hate that little shit.
We'll talk about it. And then I was literally gonna preface this, be like, don't hate me for choosing a season 9 episode, but The Long Night. I love a good battle scene. I love a good battle episode.
Would be better if I could see it.
That's true.
Would be better if I could see it. But it's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I like it. I love it. It's also one of those where a bunch of characters come together.
Yeah.
And all camaraderie is something that makes me cry. So when they all were fighting together for a common enemy, I cry, and I love it.
I will forever see, when I think about that episode, Melisandre lighting all the torches.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's just the thing that comes to mind is, like, it's super dark out, you can't see anything, and then you just see the torches light.
Is that one of, like, the climaxes of the episode? I think I know what you're talking about.
No, it's right at the beginning. They haven't even seen anybody come out of the forest yet.
Oh.
And she rides out and lights all the torches for, like, the cavalry. Oh,
she's a lot of things, but, like, she has
also the dragons fighting in the sky.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. I need to watch it again. I haven't seen it since the first time.
That was a cinematic masterpiece. The backlit of the moon as the dragons are...
Ooh, I can't wait to get to that episode.
I don't hate season 7 and 8 as much as I should.
Did I say season 9? I said season 9.
You did.
I literally wrote season 9 in here. I don't know why I think there's 9 seasons.
Season 8! Can you imagine what they would do?
I wish, because it would have been drawn out more and not as rushed. Anyways, we'll talk about it.
Not with the same directors. Anyhow, you can hear about number 1 now,
Yay!
since it's not Hard Home.
I thought it was going to be Hard Home for some reason.
Wait, let's take a shot.
Okay.
Oh god. I don't need a notebook anymore. What am I talking about? It's fine. Bryson already soaked it in water anyway.
I'm trying to think of what it would be now. Is it anyone that I've already mentioned? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just gonna have to wait for you to tell me.
I'm trying to think of yours.
You know mine.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do. It's Battle of the Bastards.
It's Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your number 1?
You might not know it based on the name.
You've been saying that.
I do, because
you
don't pay attention to the name.
Not entirely. At all.
The Reigns of Castamere.
Oh, I know that one. I do know that one. I should have known that. No, fuck that episode.
Fuck that episode, first of all. My note was, no notes, just tears, red wedding. And the worst part about it for me was, I knew it was coming. I've read some of the books, like I know everything about the books. I knew it was coming. And it did not hurt any less.
I didn't know it was coming.
I can't imagine going into that episode not knowing. Oh my god. When they start playing The Reigns of Castamere and Catelyn's face drops and she's looking around.
I got chills again.
Oh, it's so good.
And then Arya being there, just...
So close.
Her whole family died, like, right in front of her. I'm just realizing that.
I mean, she didn't see it. But she was this close. She did see, unfortunately, Rob's body come out.
Yep.
With Grey-Wind's head attached. That
sucks.
Traumatic.
Very sucks.
That's the trauma bonding right there.
Yeah. And it's like, ever since Ned died, you don't know what to expect. So, like, the tension is always there. And I love tension in a TV show. So, like, that's a good episode. That should have been one of my honorable mentions, even though...
That should have been in top 5.
Yeah. I thought about it and I was like, nah, fuck that episode.
Honestly. No, I take it back. I'm not going to say it.
Say it.
When they're stabbing her in the belly and she's looking at Rob across the room.
Also, the grittiness, like, and then Catelyn's cry. I'm getting chill bumps. It is because of the episode.
It is.
Catelyn's cry is
so
just...
Yeah.
I wish we had her for much longer.
Her screaming as she...
Intense.
It's so intense. It's so stressful. Knowing it was coming did not make it not intense and painful.
Do you remember watching it on our rewatch? 'Cause I kind of don't.
I don't. Did we skip it?
I don't know.
No, we didn't because I distinctly remember watching it.
Yeah. But I don't remember what I felt like. I just probably just dread.
Probably dread.
Probably like, oh shit, we're on this episode.
I think it was. Like, I think we skipped it for like 2 weeks. We just sat here and talked rather than watch it.
That's why it took 2 years.
This is why it took so long. Oh god, that episode.
It's a good episode. It is a really good episode.
Okay, go off about Battle of the Bastards.
Okay, Battle of Bastards. I have a lot of notes. Y'all ready? Season 6, episode something. So the tension I talked about in TV shows.
Episode 9?
Oh, it's probably episode 9. Yeah, the tension. This episode just does a really good job at building tension. And I watched, right after that episode came out, I used to watch like film YouTube videos, and there was like, this is the best way to build tension. And they specifically talked about the scene with Rickon and how the first arrow didn't kill him, the second one did, the third one didn't. I'm sorry, the second one didn't, the third one didn't, and then the fourth one did. And you were not expecting that fourth one because things usually come in threes.
Yeah.
So like, it was just so good. Unlike a lot of episodes that has this tension, like a lot of Game of Thrones episodes have tension, but in this one, it gets all released at the end with the victory and with Sansa killing Ramsay. So it just like felt so good even though this was such a gritty episode, it just felt so good by the end of it.
Yeah. That's fair.
There's some Dany scenes, but I'll get back to that anyways. This is the best fighting sequence in the whole show. What did you say it was yours? Oh, I don't remember. Whatever.
It was this one. It was
okay.
Beautiful battle scene.
Like I said, I love camaraderie and different communities of people fighting. The slow-mo, the production, the score, all so good.
That's a really good episode.
It's a really good episode.
I'm so sorry that mine are like chaos. Because now I'm sitting here like, damn, I really...
No, it's okay.
Placement at number 4.
Yeah! That's why I was shocked.
Beyond the Wall was still a better jaw-dropping episode.
Yeah, you're so right. You're so right. Yeah. Other notes are Jon leading the fight after Rickon died. I got chill bumps again.
Yeah.
This will be a common occurrence, I'm sure.
That charge is just burned into my brain. That's a core memory right there.
Also, was it 1-1 that died in this episode?
Probably.
1-1 to the sea.
I almost bought a 1-1 pop today.
Oh my god!
And I'm just covered in arrows.
Oh my god!
I should have got it. Just so I could have him sitting right here.
I think that fireball just takes them out to cry.
Let me have more.
Oh no, I'll have some more too. Fuck Ramsay for that. 1-1 forever. That's a good band name. 1-1 forever.
I was gonna say fuck Ramsay 1-1 forever. I mean,
fuck Ramsay is their number 1 single.
Yeah.
Yeah. So also I think it ties back into. Excuse me one moment. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, at the end, there's so much rage and exhaustion and stress from Jon at the end when he starts beating Ramsay.
Yeah.
And then just stops. He just stops. And I think it calls back to what I was talking about earlier when he was like, I do what is right. Even, like, he was just exhausted, but once he realized what he was doing, he stopped. So I just think it just follows him through the entire series. It's amazing. Also, the slow-mo videos of the direwolf sigil back on Winterfell. So good. Satisfying. So much tension released. Literally since so long. So good. Yeah. And then, of course, Sansa killing Ramsay.
Sansa?
Because she is a bad bitch and doesn't do what is honorable like Jon does.
Fair enough.
I said this is a great parallel between women and men in Game of Thrones, because men are raised to do what is honorable and what is expected of them. Girls don't get taught how to kill people. They're gonna do what they want to do. Uh-oh.
This is gonna be another fun breakdown.
Yes, it versus women. Yes, it will. That'll be really fun. So I won't say too much, but very good. Love it. It was so satisfying.
Also, the things that they've gone through are so vastly different.
Yes, exactly. Like, yeah, I was gonna say, Ramsay took his place of home. He took a lot of other things, but like, Ramsay did so much worse to Sansa.
Oh yeah,
so much worse.
I mean, not so much worse than to Theon, but
yeah.
I mean,
I'm talking about Jon right now though.
Ugh.
But like, yeah,
Arguably.
Ramsay's just a fucking psychopath, my dude.
And I love it.
And then just some,
Favorite villains.
Oh, favorite villains is gonna be good.
Favorite villains is gonna be great.
Really good.
Because I've already got my top 2.
And then just some other things. Apparently, Battle of the Bastards wasn't just Battle of the Bastards. I didn't realize that until I skimmed through it today. Danny just.
I feel like there's only the end with Danny though, isn't it?
It's the I don't remember where it was. But
I think it's the end of the episode.
Danny just generally being a badass and controlling Drogon like a badass that she is. And then having, I said Danny going back to her roots and having the Dothraki fight for her again. Because
again, she take back Marine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because again, her influence. Okay, well, I think that went great. Our first podcast, down the books. High five.
We did great.
Okay, well, thanks for listening. Peace out. Bye.